Georgetown gets one of their biggest wins of the season, 69-63 against Xavier. Georgetown was led by Malik Mack's 26 points, Micah Peavy's 15 points, and 10 rebounds. And I'm going to tell you, this was a physical, old school Big East game. And I think this is where Sean Miller played the wrong hand. And he set the tone for the physicality. As Georgetown opened up, they opened up with a quick lead. And then it's like Xavier came in with John Hughley the fourth and those guys, and they decided, we're going to make this a physical game. You're not going to out-physical us. And it played right into Georgetown's hands. Georgetown didn't want an up-and-down game. Now, they wanted to run in spots. They didn't want to run an up-and-down game. Xavier, the way for them to win this game is get it up and down, shoot threes. They were the best shooting, three-point shooting team in the Big East coming into tonight. They finished 5 for 19 from three. Their top three-point shooter, Ryan Conwell, 4 from 11 from the field, 2 for 7 from three. He had 12 points, and he fouled out. That's how good Georgetown was. Now, there were times throughout this game where I felt like Xavier was doing things to exploit Georgetown, especially in the second half when Xavier scored 39 points. And part of that is Georgetown was switching everything. And when they switched everything, they went ahead and fed it to Fremantle. And Fremantle ended up having a very good second half. And Xavier got within 1 point at 58-57. And Sean Miller talked about it at the press conference. They get into 58-57. They have a chance to take the lead by scoring a basket at the rim. I know he was trying to imply that the guy was fouled. All you have to do is look at my postgame. I've posted the postgame of Sean Miller's postgame presser. He's trying to imply he was fouled. They don't score. Georgetown ends the game on an 11-6 run. 11-6 run. What's wrong with me and my math? 11-6 run, and they end up winning the game. For Georgetown, some of the things they did well was they stayed physical and they stayed on the boards, out-rebounded Xavier 40-35. Cooley did have high praise for Drew Fielder, 2 for 4, 0 for 1 from 3, 1 for 4 from the free throw line, finished with 5 points and 7 rebounds. But what he did was he was very, very physical tonight. He got his hands on the ball. He got in the way. He changed shots. He defended. Those was his contributions tonight. And Caleb Williams, man. Caleb Williams was so good tonight. Almost 36 minutes. He finishes with 7 points and 9 rebounds. Again, he just doesn't make mistakes. Georgetown fought through foul trouble. Burks fouled out with, I think, like 9 minutes left. Malik Mack, where are the fouls here? Sorber had 4, Mack had 4, Peavy had 4. They still fought through it and won a Big East game. And what it came down to was Georgetown being able to execute down the stretch. Thomas Sorber was played very, very hard today. Wasn't one of his best games statistically. At one time he got hurt and went back to the locker room. But when they need the most, they get some zoom action. Thomas gets it getting to the front of the basket and finishes pushing Georgetown's lead back up. And then, frankly, they got stops on this end. Mack played good defense. One of the things I give Mack, I know everyone's going to talk about the block. There is a play down the stretch where he gets an excellent closeout and forces Xavier to miss a 3 that would have gotten that back down to a 1-possession game. Those things that Malik Mack was doing on things that don't get in the box score but gets charted by coaches. And so Georgetown ends up getting the stops at the end to win. Georgetown won this game defensively. They also won this game because Sean Miller wanted to be Sugar Ray Leonard in his first fight against Roberto Duran. When Leonard fights the wrong fight and loses a close one to Duran in Montreal, Leonard's first loss he ever had as a professional. And I thought that Miller, letting his emotions get into it, getting the technical in the second half that he didn't need to get, those things, he let his emotion get the best of him, and he fought the wrong fight. But give Georgetown credit. With the injury to Epps tried to play. He played 4 minutes and 5 seconds and then limped off, could not come back in with all the foul trouble. So you didn't have Epps. You have one guy foul out. You have another 3 guys with 4 fouls, and you gut out a Big East win in what's going to be a 4-game stretch of all 4-game stretches. Georgetown had Xavier tonight. They have at Marquette. Then they have UConn back here, and then they're at St. John's. This is one heck of a 4-game stretch. But what we have seen out of Ed Cooley is Georgetown has a winning formula. They have an identity. That don't mean you're going to win every night. That don't mean it's always going to look good or you always going to be executed. Or you will always be able to execute it. But what it does mean is Georgetown has matured enough where the program has something to hang its hat on. And that might seem small, but you haven't seen that in roughly 7 years. And that is a major step forward early in the process for rebuilding this program. So this win tonight at home, 69-63, you want to know how much progression has been made in a little over a year from Ed Cooley? Be 3-0 in the Big East. Be 3-0 with a win against Creighton. Be 3-0 with a win against Xavier. Be 3-0 with a road win at Seton Hall. In this devil of a conference and devil of a conference schedule. Because here you play everyone twice. So kudos to Georgetown tonight. I thought it was another step in the right direction. Georgetown's biggest thing is going to be health. They are really, really banged up. But I tell you what, for all you people who have been looking for this program to change, you can see the change. Now it's getting people in Cap 1 so you can be part of the change. This is Marcus Washington wrapping up from Capital One for MTC Media.